two hearts and give you a heart attack.
The Ron Fez show, and yes, he's back. Our little Fezzy Lou is in the house.
Hiya, buddies.
Fez?
Of course I'm here.
Yeah.
This is not a soundboard. No, it's really me.
All right, you are back.
I am back from a heart attack.
All right. 2 weeks back, Fezzy, like you were coaching the Bears. No different at all than Ditka. Has his heart attack. 2 weeks later, he's back on the sidelines.
I got to be back. I got to be here for my team.
Now, you've already got that thin-shouldered, no chest, lost a lot of weight, fragile. Like, instead of, hey, you lost a lot of weight, you look great, you have that, you lost a lot of weight, you look weak look.
Yeah, it's nice when you do have to lose weight and you lose it all in your sternum and your rib cage. Not the gut or the ass at all.
Maybe you're losing that heart fat. That was your big problem.
That big fatty blanket that's surrounding my heart.
All right, so Fez Whatley back in the saddle after 2 weeks out with a heart attack. And you feel, let's say, like I saw them do this to you in the hospital. Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. How do you feel right now?
I feel like an 8 right now.
Really?
That good.
You're feeling that strong?
I'm feeling that good. Yeah, in the past couple days, like the strength has really started to come back.
Yeah.
I think I was excited about getting back to XM, get back to work.
Yeah. So, yeah, luckily you don't have the kind of job where you're lifting things or running up and down the stairs, which, on the other hand, probably gave you a heart attack, just sitting on your bucket ass all day.
Oh, yeah, because, when I was in the hospital, I'm talking to the doctor about how long, when can I get out of the hospital?
Right.
And when can I go back to work were the two first questions. And he's like, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
And I told him, this job.
Right.
I hang out with Ronnie.
Yeah.
It's just basically what I told him. And he's like, there's not a lot of moving or lifting there, is there? And I go, no, not at all. He goes, you can go back in 2 weeks.
Just cash, my friend. That's all. Moving and lifting cash.
Just bag some money to the bank.
So, we'll start it from the beginning. You come from a family that's had a lot of heart attacks, obviously.
Yeah, my dad had his first heart attack at age 51.
Yeah, and grandfather, grandmother, everybody.
Yeah, on my dad's side of the family, his dad and I had a slew of brothers. There was like 12 kids in the family.
Yeah.
None of the guys lived to be older than 58.
Right.
That was the longest the Whatley men would actually live, till their hearts just exploded out of their chest.
Sure. Now, and then I watch the biggest, because everyone's going, well, he's always eating bad. I'm like, yes, but, I see Phil Margera. He's twice the size of Fez and healthy as a horse.
Yeah, and and when I was in the hospital, not to jump ahead, but it's running through my mind that, why isn't Billy Staples laying here? Well, the way he's treated his body over the years, why didn't his heart explode?
He was 400 pounds and doing coke and never had a problem other than, his normal stuff growing on his balls or whatever those disgusting things are.
But it has a cholesterol of 120.
By the way, Earl, get a hold of Billy Staples. He has a new album out, CD ready to drop. and he wants us to help promote it. I think it's Filthy Christmas. Not now, but later. It's something he,
House arrest for the holidays.
It's something he feels we owe him. So I said we'd try.
We owe him.
You guys never call people. Yeah, I know, Billy. Instead of saying all that, just tell me what you want. Tell me what I have to do not to hear whining.
That was one of my things from the sickbed. Don't call Billy. Let him hear it on the air.
So before you went into the hospital for, I guess it was a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it actually started Halloween night.
Yeah, Halloween night.
When we were walking to the Hard Rock for the O&A party, the anniversary show, and I thought I just had really bad indigestion.
As we were walking down the street, we were going through one of the intersections, and you start to, shallow breathing, grabbing at your chest.
Yeah, I was huffing and puffing, and I had to stop and do the big, bend at the waist, hands on the hips.
Yeah.
Trying to work out this kink in my chest.
Yeah.
And
that didn't seem like a heart attack to you at the time. Because I remember we went over this. I asked you, I go, do you think you're having a heart attack?
Yeah, you actually said that to me. And I said, no, it couldn't be.
Right.
And I thought, I was trying to think of what I ate that day and figured I just had bad indigestion. And I was fine once we got to the Hard Rock.
Right.
It didn't help having to do that extra hour and a half that Opie forced us into.
First of all,
that didn't help one bit.
O&A didn't mean that. It's not a big deal to do an extra half hour on the air.
I know, not A.
Yeah.
It was O.
Okay, it doesn't matter. The thing is, and by the way, both those guys were wonderful to you, and you should be nice. Now, that night, so everything went good after the initial heart thing.
Right.
And then almost every day you started bringing up something.
Yeah, anytime I walked after that.
Right.
It was like, walking from the subway or, walking after work, out of the office, down the street, I would get that pain in my chest.
Yeah.
So after that, I started thinking, well, it's a muscle pull.
Right.
And it's, if I'm swinging my arms or something, maybe that's doing it. I couldn't imagine what in the world I did to pull a muscle.
Right.
I haven't lifted anything, obviously.
But I know you also thought maybe you had like a little something in your lungs, like pneumonia or something.
I figured, well, it's getting close to winter. It's time for me to get bronchitis.
Right.
I probably got double pneumonia that I'm walking around with. But I didn't have a cough or anything.
So finally, after a week, 10 days, something like that, you go to the doctor.
Yeah, then I had to stop because then it was just constant.
Yeah.
Before, it would be when I was just walking around.
Yeah.
Then it went to walking around, and when I would lay flat, it hurt like hell, so I couldn't sleep. But sitting here, like at the desk here, I was fine. It didn't hurt. So, but the Wednesday night before the heart attack, I was just up all night. I couldn't get any relief. I was in agony.
And that probably was the heart attack, right?
Yeah, that's what the doctor said. He thinks I had it that Wednesday night.
Yeah. So sometime in the middle of the night, you're sitting there and you're just feeling like whatever this chest thing I have is off. Now, let me also just say this. Because a lot of people were going, well, why didn't you get him to the hospital before? Or why didn't he go to the hospital? Whatever. I've never met anyone with a lower tolerance of pain than Fez. He screams at people for stepping on his toes. If you bump into him, he puts on a big act. He bruises. So there's no way in a million years I would have believed that you could have fought off a heart attack.
Yeah, if someone comes near me swinging a door, even if I don't get hit, I still feel the pain.
Right, and he does that like old lady, ooh, you know what I mean? That terrible, stupid old lady sound, and it's just a pain in the ass.
It feels like my bones are literally breaking.
So there's no way in a million years we thought you could have fought off a heart attack.
No, and it was that Wednesday night that I said, all right, I got to go to the doctor. This just hurts too bad, and I can't sleep anymore. And he's going to give me a shot of penicillin to get rid of the pneumonia, and I'll be all set.
Yeah.
So I made the appointment for the doctor that morning.
Yeah.
Came in and did the show Thursday. Went to the doctor's office right after the show.
By the way, you were hilarious. Hilarious.
Thank you.
Well, remember all that week everybody was saying, oh, Fez is, oh, no, here's what it is. Some people have gone back and listened to the tapes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And saying that you were talking less and you sounded weaker. All these things that, let's face it, Earl should have been on as the producer of the show.
Yeah, it just hurt so bad. I mean, I was in that towards those last couple days, it just hurt all the time.
So you're just basically doing the show like this. I wish that boy was here. Still doing the stupid homo jokes that really he's run into the ground. And except for your all heart attack, you're doing it.
Yeah, so then I'm in the doctor's office. He hooks me up to an EKG.
Right.
They take a chest X-ray. So then they tell me to go sit in the doctor's actual office.
So first they know, but they don't say anything to you.
Exactly. So as the doctor's looking at the X-ray, and he goes, there's nothing in your lungs. There's no pleurisy. There's no pneumonia.
Yeah.
There's no infection here. He goes, your heart is enlarged, though. He goes, your heart is really big in this picture. And he looks at the EKG that he's got printed out now, like it's a little ticker tape thing. And he's handing me an aspirin as he,
Oh, jeez.
as he says, it looks like you've either had or you're having a heart attack.
And he was being kind of calm about it.
He was real calm.
Because it's not him.
Yeah. And he had a bottle of seltzer water on his desk. I grabbed that and swallowed the aspirin with his drink. And then I just totally started freaking.
Yeah, then you lost it.
Yeah. Then he's like, you need to calm down right now. He goes, now's not the time to get really upset.
Right.
He goes, you're going to need everything.
Yeah.
So, and the whole thing of you're currently having a heart attack.
Right.
It's like, all right, if I had this thing and it's done, they just have to go fix it to stop the pain, that's fine. But you don't know when it's done running its course at that point.
Now, here's what I don't understand. Why did he let you call me, I come and get you? Why wouldn't he call an ambulance immediately?
I asked if I could call you.
I see.
Yeah, and he knew the hospital was 7 blocks away.
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah, it was just 7 streets up on Park Avenue.
Yeah. So by the time I got there, on the phone, you said I'm having a heart. The doctor. Here's what the doctor said, and to me it sounded like you just said, "Oh, Ron, the whole universe is ripped in half, and everything you've believed up to this point makes no sense."
That is the bizarre thing. It freaks me out to this day for me to say I've had a heart attack.
Right.
Or to hear someone say Fezzi had a heart attack.
Right.
It is the weirdest thing. It's the craziest sentence I've ever heard.
One time when you were in the hospital, we'll jump ahead just for a second. I was talking to a friend of ours to calm him down, to say, this is going to come out soon, but everything's okay, but Fez had a heart attack. And you heard that, and you got all welled up just hearing.
Right.
Like it was the saddest news you ever heard.
It really is.
You were playing the part of somebody who just was finding out. And this was like 2 days later.
It really hurts my feelings. I don't know why I take it so hard.
Well, it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
It's a scary effing thing. I mean, that was really as scared as, like, even for me, that I could get but still keep it together.
Right, yeah.
All the shit I was saying to you was the exact opposite of what the voice was saying in my head. Because I'm doing hey, as long as you're not down now, and, I've talked to these people, it's the best, hospital, and blah, blah, blah. But on the inside, I'm just hearing, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy. I mean, I was going out of my mind.
The thing, when we were on our way to the hospital, the thing that flashed in my mind was when Letterman came back from his heart surgery.
Yeah.
And he said that line, it'll always stick with me, when he was thanking the doctors and the nurses.
Yeah.
Where he said, when you think you're not going to live one moment to the next, you don't think you can make it through the next moment, never
Right.
mind the next hour. These people got him through it.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I can't go through it. If they crack my chest open,
Right.
if they do a catheter on me,
Right.
to do the angioplasty, I can't handle any of that.
Right.
I won't be able to deal with none of it.
So the amazing thing is, and I'd never dealt with this before, is that when you go to the emergency room, and we've all been in the emergency room a million times, and I've been there with, basically my whole forehead missing, and, I went through a windshield and laid in a hall for, 6 hours before somebody would come by. When you have chest pains, boom, you just go right to the head of the class.
Yeah.
That's how important it is. And on the other hand, they know every moment counts, blah, 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 and they know what they're doing. The really good thing about that is there's a team of people ready to go that is like their heart team. There was like 4 guys who are like, put you on those machines, and they're like, boom, let's do it.
Oh, I know. I had IVs in me so damn fast.
Yeah.
I think I ended up with 3 of them in me.
Yeah.
And they just started. Remember all the blood thinners they gave me?
Yeah.
I had to take like a handful, like 6 really big blood thinners, and swallow those down.
Yeah.
And, of course, everyone kept saying, have you taken an aspirin?
Right. And, I remember this, too. because this was all very quick. By the time you called me, I mean, it was minutes that we were in the hospital, and everybody was just on top of you like it was an ER episode. But the weird thing is, like, when you're that freaked out, every little color is just exploding. Like, you're, like, really alive, like a fighter pilot or something. And every word, every moment is really taking a long time.
Yeah, like that one ER doctor had on red scrubs, and I remember just thinking, he looks like he's covered in blood.
Yeah.
It just is bright red at you.
Every red looked like that Bruce Willis movie where he was dead already. And at one point, like, because all your family is in Florida, they started asking me who I am. And, you know, why am I making these decisions? Because I guess I couldn't. I'm like, I'm the motherfucker doing all this stuff. Don't worry about a thing. This is all his family gave me. I'm just lying my ass off, but I knew you didn't want to be alone in there.
Oh, I was scared to death
Yeah.
they were going to send you out of the room. Someone was going to yell immediate family only.
Yeah, well, they started that, which, you know, I had to almost say, I'll dig your eye out. I didn't want to. I put the thumb up and just said, look at my thumb, look at your eye. It's best that all this goes. But they were really nice people. They were really terrific. The emergency room people were great. The hard guy who did your thing, he was a little bit of a showboat, I thought. A little bit of a Top Gun type dog until he found out you worked for XM Satellite Radio. Then he had nothing but time for you, time for me, discussing it.
Wanted to know about the industry and
Right.
the business and the show.
Where do we see things going in 5 years? Suddenly, we couldn't have had more heat.
So the bizarre thing was, I'm laying there, they got the EKG on me and hooked up to everything, and that guy that I mentioned, the doctor in the red scrubs, he says, there's no easy way to say this to someone. And I thought, well, it's over now.
Right.
He's telling me I'm not going to live through this thing.
Right.
And he goes, you've had a heart attack. And I'm like, oh, man.
Right.
Just great. Just effing great. And then he started reassuring me.
Right.
He's like, it's a small heart attack. He goes, you're not going to die from this. And he had to, like, say it that long and that slow for it to register.
Because you're still hearing ack, 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 ack in your ear.
Totally. Heart attack. Heart attack.
Heart attack.
And then it was like, I didn't know how I was going to break it to my family.
Right.
But I knew, and they were taking me right up to
they
the operating room.
Well, I mean,
whatever they call that place.
The whole time that the emergency room doctor and the emergency room nurse were talking to you, those four guys, the heart team, were just standing there like the NASA crew ready to hop on the shuttle. They just couldn't wait to get your ass on the table. And the guy's like chewing gum, and he's like, we got to go, we got to go. And I knew you wanted to call home first.
Yeah, I had to call in case something happened.
Yeah.
Because I still didn't know what they were going to do to me. They were going to put the catheter in through my groin and see where I was blocked.
Right.
And they told me, they said, if we find out 2 or more are blocked, I'm going to have bypass surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that, and they said they would immediately do that. And I had to, and I'd love to see the paper I signed, because I know it's just...
Yeah. I did. You were just scraping. You were just scraping with a pen. But see, like your doctor was saying to me, hey, don't worry about it. You know, once we get in there, he goes, the odds are a long shot. It's like 1,001. We'll have to crack his chest. And I'm like, you're talking to a guy who plays the lottery. And that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it's 1,001, I throw 100 down in a heartbeat. So I didn't feel so comfortable with those kind of odds.
Yeah, if there's 1,000 people standing in a park and a meteorite's going to hit someone, it's going to be me. I know it.
Well, see, that's part of the stinking thinking. It got you your heart attack, my friend.
That I have to turn around.
Yes.
I have to change that. I need an attitude of gratitude.
You need to become an optimist. And plenty of people have told me that through this whole thing. So at that point, you got a chance to talk to your folks, and you were worried about your dad having a heart attack here, and that you were having a heart attack.
Yeah, because his ticker isn't in the best shape. He's got a defibrillator and a pacemaker already implanted inside him.
Yeah.
Something that shocks his heart immediately if it stops. If it misses a beat, he gets shocked.
I like to call that the future of Fez.
Just the mechanical man.
Yeah, the thing that you're going to be having, the bionic man. That's probably something I'm going to get for you next Christmas. Something that'll just shock your heart.
So my sister answers the phone at my mom and dad's house, and I tell her, they say everything's going to be okay, but I've had a heart attack.
Right.
And she does the, okay, how do you want me to handle this here? And I'm
so
like,
is that the way you guys always have to deal with bad news at your house?
oh, yeah, who's going to tell who,
Yeah.
and, who should they hear it from? And I said, and at this point, I can't play that game. I don't have time. They're yelling at me to go.
Right.
And so I said, just put Dad on, and I'll tell him, and get it over with.
And they literally were screaming, like the heart guys were saying, hang up. And that nurse was really cool to let you make that call first.
Oh, yeah.
And I was even telling them guys, I know him. He needs to, when he gets, digs his heels in, it's better just to give him what he wants, and then he'll feel like he owes you one.
Right,
I'm just talking my ass off about how to get you, in an okay mood.
So I told my dad, and I guess, he just went kind of spacey after I hung up the phone.
Sure.
My mother wasn't home at that point. So, and then they wheeled me off. I mean, just immediately. As soon as I hung up that phone, I was gone to the operating room. Yeah,
so then they take you up to like the 11th floor. And that's like where I couldn't follow you up. I had to go back outside the emergency through the main lobby and then go up and wait outside for you.
Yeah, and I get into this room, and there's like all these big, giant monitors. There's all this equipment that I have no idea what it does.
Yeah.
It just looks like a Dr. Frankenstein laboratory. And a big steel bed that they put you on, like whatever the operating table is, that they put you on. And the room was just really wide open and hugely sterile. Looks all clean.
Looks like a place where people go to die, huh?
Exactly. It looked like a slab in a morgue.
Yeah.
And it had an echo in it and stuff.
All right, let's go back a slot and just let you know where Fez's head was here. As they're rolling him away, so now I'm not going to see him till after the angioplasty, till after the procedure. And he's going down the hall. And I just felt awful seeing, knowing this is as far as I can go with him. I hope everything's going to be all right. I felt really good about all the doctors I met and all. But you just look like, to me, like a little kid being taken away. And then, to make it even worse, he gives me the Mike Utley thumbs up as he's being taken off like some little stupid Rudy, like everything's going to be okay.
Now, I was waving goodbye to you and blowing kisses like I was Muhammad Ali, being introduced before a prize fight.
Walking through Earl's neighborhood in Queens. It's Muhammad Ali, everybody.
But the guy who was pulling me, he saw me trying to wave to you, and he goes, give him the thumbs up. So apparently that's standard procedure.
Yeah, that's the Mike Utley thumbs up. And like if I was a songwriter, that's the time I would have started. Some kind of a stupid thumbs up country song.
I actually did yell this. This was my own fault. This is as cheesy as it was.
Yeah.
When they started to wheel me out, I yelled this, let's roll. And as soon as I said it, I go, that's the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life. I deserve to be on this table.
Well, you were going through these periods of panic, into comedic, making fun of it, into whatever it takes. But one emotion was coming after another. And I'm like thinking to myself, he's living a lifetime right here on this table.
Yeah, it all of a sudden turned into Herman's head, where all my emotions are just fighting with each other to get out.
Because you'd be like, yeah, well, whatever we got to do, we've got to do. And maybe Fatty will be able to take care of me. Look how fat this guy is, and he's not having a heart attack. And to grabbing my shirt, Ronnie, don't let him take me. Don't let him do it. And I'm like, I can't keep up with all of you. I need just to talk to one of you.
It was Sybil time, man.
Yeah. So then during that time, they take you up into that crazy room. And then I get how long I thought it was going to be like about an hour or so.
Right.
And then I had to give the phone calls to your parents to let them know what I knew. The weird thing is now I feel like because your dad has been through this stuff all the time, he knows all the terminology.
Right.
So I am saying blue thing, blockage, just real sounded like an idiot on the phone with him.
You mean angioplasty?
Yes, angioplasty. Doctor, push through thigh into balloon heart.
Are you saying stent?
Whatever. So I don't know how much I rambled to your dad. basically like a retarded guy.
Well, I know that my mom and dad both had kudos for you because Ronnie was so great on the phone. Ronnie
Really?
was just so great.
I felt like an idiot. And then this was the saddest thing. They go like this. Could you stay with him until we get there? Just acting like I don't want him to be alone, which made me feel so sad that they wouldn't even think they had to ask.
Well, it's like they kept asking me, should we come? Should we come?
Right.
And I'm like, let's wait and see what happens.
Maybe you'll be picking up the body. What
Exactly.
do I know?
You'll be escorting me with a flag draped over my coffin.
Oh, my God.
So, when I got into the operating room, so then I'm just nuts in there, just insane, because I know they're going to put a catheter in through my groin.
Right.
And, then comes the shaving process.
Yeah.
And they're shaving both sides of my groin in case it doesn't work on one side.
Yeah.
They're ready to go in the other. So now I'm actually landing strip and ready to play What's in Your Pants with O&A.
Just a sexy mohawk.
So I have a nice little Hitler mustache left for myself.
If Hitler had a really big, thick mustache.
Right, yeah.
Because it's like shaving a bear for these poor people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when they shaved my chest to put on the stuff for the EKG, they get my shirt off of me, and the nurse just goes, oh, boy. Because she knew this is going to take a lot to get these little electrodes stuck to my skin. So in there, I'm like, I go, nobody gave me anything for the pain yet. Nobody gave me anything to knock me out. And you're awake during that process. You're just loopy when they do the angioplasty. You're awake through the whole thing. That I didn't know. Yeah.
I guess they want to keep you awake. I don't know why, though.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I guess to keep checking with you somehow.
Yeah, that must be. And I'm finally, the drugs kicked in.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything whatsoever. But I saw in New York 1 these stories about these people that didn't get enough anesthetic and they woke up during surgery.
Right.
So I'm bringing that up. Everyone at once screamed at me, this is not surgery. It's a procedure. So I didn't have to worry about that. And then for some reason, just talking football. Like everyone's Mark Lawrence in there.
Yeah.
Trying to get the doctor's attention. Where do you think a team's going to pick up T.O.? And they're like, we're busy right now.
Why would you even say it? Just rambling, just your own...
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to pay attention to where I am.
Yeah, talk about... and I could not look at the monitor. Because you could look over there and see your own heart.
Yeah.
And the blockage and everything. And the balloon if you wanted to.
I don't even like to see the insides of other people's bodies, like on any of those medical things on TV. I know I wouldn't want to see my own heart.
So I just rambled. They had to tell me to be quiet a couple times.
I still want to think that the heart looks like a Valentine. That's what I'm after. I just want a nice, pretty red Valentine as my heart.
So then I finally got out of there, what seemed forever. And then I was still in a lot of pain, too.
Yeah, by the way, they didn't come back to me in the time that I told your folks that they would call. I literally had to start walking around on the outside because the doctor wouldn't come out. And I caught like an orderly or somebody. And he's like, oh, yeah, they haven't come out yet? Yeah, he's laying there. He's coming through it okay. So then I have to call your parents and say, this is not official, but here's the rumor. Here's what I'm getting from defamer.com.
So then at that point, I ended up in the cardiac care unit from there.
Which was, for you, a nice place.
I loved it. I liked being on the monitors, that's for sure.
You liked being on the monitors? You liked all the stupid attention you were getting?
Of course, I was plugged into everything, so I wasn't allowed to get out of bed at all.
Yeah.
And they put what they called an exterior catheter on me, which is kind of like a really big, thick condom, rubber condom.
Yeah.
That they stick over my dick, and then I have to piss through a big tube into a piss bag that they have hooked up to the bed.
So that's all you had?
That's all I had, and I didn't know this either. Apparently, urination output is a big indicator of how I'm doing. So I didn't go for the longest time because I had to go, but I couldn't bring myself to just lay there in bed and start pissing.
In a bag?
Into that tube. I used to get in trouble for that, for laying in bed pissing. Why would you start now?
So this thing, it's just like putting a balloon over your penis.
Yeah, like a really thick rubber, though.
Instead of getting the thing, the one up the...
Yeah.
Oh man, you came out like a bandit.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yeah. So
I might get one of those just for when I'm in the subway.
So I finally, in the middle of the night when I thought nobody was around, I had to piss so bad. I finally filled my piss bag, and
In your shame?
in my shame, and I see the tube, and I'm like, I'm going so much, this is gonna back up in the tube on me,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna wet this bed somehow or another anyway.
Right.
And and then finally the nurse came in and she saw the piss bag filled, and I got a hooray, we urinated.
Yeah.
Which is what I was really trying to avoid. Anyone noticing that I had gone to the shame of using my piss bag.
So everything's okay now. You've had a couple weeks off, and everything's fine. You're on medication, and
I'm on a ton of medication. Yeah,
you've been back to the doctor, and
I've been back to the doctor.
well, we should let him know the other thing. Your vacation in Florida.
Yeah, what happened was I forgot, and I had some back pain ever since I got out of the hospital.
Right.
And it's right between the shoulder blades. So it's high up in the middle of my back. So I was kind of concerned about that. I had taken my nitro pills a couple times. That didn't. So I got these nitroglycerin pills I had to put under my tongue.
Let me just take a look at them. I've never seen these before.
I have to carry those with me now in case I start having angina. It's no longer angina. It's angina.
They're tiny little pills, and you just let them melt there?
Yeah, I have to let them melt under my tongue.
And you can't take too many of these? I mean, to me, it seems like this would only be in a real case of emergency.
No, you're fine. I think I'm fine with those.
Yeah.
I think I'm good with those. I don't think I can overdose on them. They'll make me sick because they give you a splitting headache.
Do they?
Yeah, the head just pounds after you take them.
Let's make Harry take 2 and just see how he feels.
I think he'll feel much better.
Yeah.
So what happened was I accidentally went to lift something off a table, and I had a pain shoot from the middle of my back straight through to my chest.
Right.
And I couldn't move. I mean, I took a knee. It hurt so bad. And they walked me over to the couch, and I'm laying there, back arch, writhing in agony.
Now, this is why after you're out of the hospital and then you went to Florida for a week.
Yeah, so I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida. This happened at my mom and dad's house.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to my dad, can you see if your cardiologist will see me?
Mm-hmm.
Her office says, go to the emergency room. I go to the emergency room. I went to this one hospital first.
Yeah.
And was told him I had, pain. I just had a heart attack 2 weeks ago. I have pain. I need this checked out. I have a seat and fill out this paperwork. I didn't get to go to the front of the line for the heart pain.
What hospital was that?
That's Northside Hospital in Pinellas Park, Florida.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's right next to the cemetery. So it's one-stop shopping.
Mm.
So I end up going to St. Anthony's, who, of course, takes me right in.
You know why?
Why?
Catholics.
Oh, okay.
Best you can do.
So, again, I'm explaining to the doctor about my pain. I find myself another IV, hooked up to an EKG, getting an electrocardiogram, and spending another 24 hours in the hospital attached to IVs and wires.
Another vacation that's not a vacation.
Exactly.
So you've done 2 hospital stays now.
Yeah, so what they had to do is keep drawing blood every 8 hours to check the cardiac enzymes, and if those were going up, they thought maybe the stent that they put in got clogged. Like the blood got caught on that stent and clogged up again. And they said if a stent is going to occlude, as they put it, it's going to happen in that first 2 weeks. So I figured, oh, great, I got to go through another angioplasty, get another stent put in. I have to start this all over again. So actually it turned out to be just back spasms.
Ah. So now whenever pain you get.
Yeah, if I sneeze too hard, I think I've blown a stent.
Right.
So every little pain feels like, that's it, the heart's stopping again.
Is there anything that you can't do now that they tell you not to? Like, should you not run or?
Yeah, I can't. They say light duty is what they said.
Oh, it's gross.
Which I've never taken in my life.
What about this? What if you and I are having a discussion, we're having a disagreement, and I give you the heart punch, the old Stan Stasiak heart punch, the way I was trained?
No, I'm not supposed to get a heart punch whatsoever.
What if I take it up a little high, 6 inches above the heart?
No, nothing, no blunt trauma to the chest whatsoever. They actually wrote that down.
So that means also no kicks to the chest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nothing involving the chest or the hard area.
Not even a headbutt to the chest?
No, that would be too hard. That could knock a stent loose.
Knee?
No, nothing. Nothing to the chest.
All right, so we're really going to have to make some changes here.
Yeah, a lot of changes. I can't get heart punched anymore.
What I'll do now is just give you the lariat. Instead of Stan Stasiak, I'll go Stan Hansen, come off the ropes, catch you with a lariat.
Yeah, I think that's probably not wise.
So
not for the first few weeks, anyway.
Shouldn't be wrestling at all.
No wrestling. No wrestling moves.
Have you run a post-heart attack batch?
Yes.
And all good?
Yeah. I actually just won.
Yeah.
And kind of palpitated.
Yeah.
And said this was the stupidest idea, and if I'm found dead like this, I'm a moron. And I deserve to be.
Only Gary Glitter more embarrassed this week than Fez Watley. All right, so you got through that one, which they say is an important one.
Yeah.
So you're not taking steps, nothing like that?
I try to avoid. They said I could take the stairs as long as it's not a huge amount of stairs.
Right.
You know. So.
But even some of that stuff, I guess you should be doing.
Right. Yeah. They want me to walk like 5 to 6 blocks every day.
Uh-huh.
They said 15 to 20 is too much. And then what I have to do is next week sometime I have to go for a stress test where they put me on a treadmill with a heart monitor on it attached to me.
Right.
And then that gets me into a cardio rehab program, which is just a gym with heart monitors.
Believe me, I've been through enough rehab programs. They're a blast. And the chicks you meet you're not going to believe it. They're sick. That's the beauty of it.
It's not the rehab I had figured I'd end up in.
I used to blow guys for crack. You're like, how you doing? Why don't we take a little walk around the grounds? You smoke?
Yeah, I'll just be with other heart patients. Probably a couple stroke victims.
Tell me again about the awful abuse you went through. All right, so you're okay, but you're nervous.
I'm nervous, and I'm diabetic.
Oh yeah, we never even got into that. You're diabetic too.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. You know, and I think they asked me in the emergency room if I knew I was diabetic.
Yeah. So is that now you're not even the zone diet, right?
No, I don't think so.
What are you supposed to be eating now? What did you eat for breakfast today?
Today I had just plain oatmeal.
That's going to be your new thing?
Yeah, I got to do that. You know,
Put a little sugar in it.
I can't have sugar on it.
Can you have fake sugar? Like that pink stuff?
Yeah, I think I can have Splenda.
Yeah.
The yellow one. I want to stay away from the pink one.
Why?
I think then they say it causes rat cancer or something.
You're not a rat. You're a human. You're fine. You're shaking this off. What's lunch going to be for you?
Lunch, I have no idea. See, here's the thing. This is a new thing with me. In the hospital, you were there with me.
Yeah.
I got home from the hospital. My parents were there. I flew to Florida for a week with my mother, spent a week with them.
Yeah.
My sister flew back with me. She's spending a couple days with me in New York. I haven't been by myself yet.
So you're a little nervous about that?
I'm totally nervous about that. And I haven't fixed a meal for myself yet.
You want Earl to come over, crash on your couch, become houseboy.
I may need him to.
Earl, I'm going to buy you a white jacket, and I want you to attend to him constantly.
Be my pleasure.
By the way, this is because it's wrong for me to bitch about my problems. This is what I had to go through with you going. Nobody would interact with me for a fucking week. And everybody's going, you want me to get a comic for you? I go, no, I got a full staff. And nobody would interact. I got one-word answers from everybody.
Earl, that's just wrong. Help Ronnie.
Wow, I did it the best that I could.
Yes, that's the problem.
I really.
That's the problem.
And part of me's still freaking out over it.
Over what? That you had to be on the air for a second? It's not a big deal, Earl.
Well, no, not that. Just what Fez was going through.
Yes, that's why you step up. This is the time for his friends to step up. You're going to get a white jacket. I want you to have one of those little tricycles he can ride around on. You got to be with him at all time. You sign for packages. But we got to figure out what we're going to feed you because you can't go without food.
Right.
But we want to get you good food.
Yeah, like I can't eat anything. I keep getting told what I can't eat.
Yeah.
Like the doctor and the nutritionist that talked to me said, don't eat anything white. White potatoes, white rice, white bread. And
what about vanilla ice cream?
Too white.
Too white.
It's too white.
Chocolate. What you want is rye bread, chocolate ice cream, and some dirty rice.
And with my all-candy diet that I had been on, nothing blue. I can't eat anything blue anymore, like snow cones or cotton candy.
Odd. It's goodbye to blue food for Fez Watley. And this one goes on forever, huh? So
yeah, I just have to do this now.
No, we need to eat rabbit food in here during the day?
That would help.
So
yeah.
like salads?
Yeah, the more salads, the better.
All
I've
right.
become a big salad fan.
Harry, I want you to find faggy salads for lunch, and I'm going to be on this with Fez.
Have they opened one in this neighborhood, a faggy salad?
And what about like a piece of fish or something?
Yeah, fish is good. Yeah,
And
I can take the skin off a chicken.
All right.
And eat that. A turkey's all right. Turkey's good. I can eat the beef if it's really, really lean, but right now I'm not even going there.
Here's what I'm thinking. You shouldn't do that for lunch anyway.
Yeah.
Think of what your breakfast and lunch is, and then if you're going to go off a little bit, you do it in a nice restaurant on Wiki.
Yeah, nice.
What about beans?
Beans are good. A lot of legumes, they said.
What are we going to do, sit around and eat beans all day like we're fucking animals? He's got to have something with some taste. I'm not going to have my partner sit here with a plate of beans like it's 1932.
And, Earl, I can't eat, your favorite, that Van de Kamp's pork and beans. I can't eat anything like that.
You ain't eating anything out of a can. Take all the cans out of the office.
Those are my cans.
I know. They're gone now.
I got home from the hospital. There wasn't a thing in my refrigerator I could have.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, but, you were a diabetic and ate like a crazy person.
Yeah, true. And, I got home from the hospital. I'm looking in the refrigerator to see what's in there. There's half a grilled cheese and bacon sandwich that I hadn't finished. Just all kinds of bad stuff.
You didn't throw it out, did you?
Yes.
Damn. We got to figure out, here's the other thing. What about your alcohol consumption? What about drunkie?
Yeah, I've stopped it all.
So we knew now, again, Earl, I don't know why you weren't paying attention to this. The day that he got drunk on one beer, it's because you're a diabetic.
Right, yeah.
Because I thought you started having kidney problems that day. I go, his kidney must be backing up. Because a human being can't get drunk on a beer.
Oh, there's so much of this stuff. Like, I was up every hour and a half. For months now.
Yeah.
Pissing.
Yeah.
During the night. Just up every hour and a half. And couldn't get enough to drink. I would go home from this show, and I would down, like a half gallon of...
Whiskey?
Pre-sweetened iced tea. Or lemonade or something like that.
Long Island iced tea?
I wish. So, yeah, I'm just cutting out the booze. Because the beer is bad for the diabetes.
Yeah.
Because you have to watch your sugars and your carbs, from what I understand.
Right. Because the carbs turned into sugars.
Right. And then the beer is just all empty carbs. It's just nothing good in it.
Is there any kind of Chinese food you can eat? It's like dirty rice. Brown rices.
I could probably eat, like, I can't have anything that's, like, in a sauce.
All right, Harry, I want you to put together, drop everything that you're doing. By that, I mean wake up. And put together his new lunchtime diet.
I figured Harry would have already scattered out some restaurants around the area that have healthy cuisine.
Harry thought of this as an opportunity for him to take some time off.
God, just looking at Harry. Hand me back the nitro pills.
Yeah. You know what? Keep one right up to your lip. And anytime that he opens up his pie hole, shove it in.
Just seeing Harry.
Yeah.
Coronary Harry.
So we got to work on diet with you.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure what to eat that's cardio and diabetic friendly.
And here's the thing, Earl. We're on it with him when we're in front of him. You and I can't sit in here and go, oh, how's your salad? We're eating Two Boots pizza.
Already started.
Oh.
I'm a step ahead of you.
Oh, Two Boots.
It's awful, Fez. It's too much taste.
All right, you spit on me.
Too much taste in that pizza.
Right in my eye. Yeah, I get a lot of this now. I get a lot of, would you mind if I ordered dessert?
Yes.
I get that kind of thing. Would that hurt your feelings if I had the lasagna smothered in cheese?
Really? Smothered? Sounds delicious. Well, we're not doing that. We're going to be on this thing anytime we're in front of you.
Oh, and then I guess I could tell you about my Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which was, I might as well have been sat at a special retarded table. because everyone went out of my way. They made like special potatoes for me.
Right.
With the, the I can't believe it's not butter, the Smart Hearts crap products that they sell. And, these carrots are just for Fez because they're not candied.
Right.
So I had all that stuff. And just, there was a special whole wheat stuffing, with olive oil or whatever, all this stuff that was specially for me. Don't touch that. That's for the patient.
All right, Harry, where are you? What have you come up with for lunch so far? Because here's some of the things. Come in here, Harry. Jesus, don't make me beg. Because
he's going to give me another heart attack.
Don't, Fezzy, please. I don't even want you to get upset. What have you got for lunch so far?
Earl had gotten this thing called the Pump. It's a.
I'm not eating a shoe.
No, not a shoe. It's like it's like a healthy place. So they'll have like a whole. I'm gonna get a menu from there. So that.
Why haven't you by now?
The last healthy place almost killed me with their fresh squeezed orange juice.
What do they have, Earl? What's the Pump deal with?
It's all natural food. It's everything that you could possibly want, but it's all natural. No preservatives, no chemicals.
All right, we're going to start with the Pump. That's good. See if there's a vegan place around. Vegans are healthy people.
That's good.
Man, we're limited, though, after we get past that, huh?
Yeah,
and maybe a nice little fish place.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Is there a chicken place called Skinless?
Tasteless. There's a place that you would love. It's called Tasteless Blands.
Yeah, all the taste is in the skin.
A lot of the places could do it skinless. They could cook a skinless chicken for you.
How do you know? You a fucking chef?
No, but a lot of places can do it.
You don't know what they can do. I can't trust them.
They could cook a skinless chicken for me. Who am I, Elwood Blues?
Seriously, stop treating him like he's retarded. Because you can still receive the heart punch.
Without your 3 skinless chickens.
I don't want him to feel like he's different. You're the same as everyone else, Fezzy, except for you're going to live your life in a bubble. That's the only difference.
He actually made me dizzy.
Don't.
Just raising my voice
Harry,
to him.
Sorry.
Seriously, this better be new Harry time, okay? And then I want you to also call Don Wicklin after the show, okay? And write this down.
Okay.
Ask Don why he hasn't fired you yet. Say, Fez has had a heart attack. Why am I still here?
Why haven't fired yet?
And say to Don, do you feel responsible that you, Harry, caused the heart attack?
Responsible.
Shut up.
Heart attack.
See, that's making me crazy. He thinks he's doing a comedic thing.
He's trying to spread it around.
Go get the Pump menu, all right? And make it, even though it's going to sound shitty, make it sound great to him. All right? You're going to be eating a lot of leftover lettuce, so this is good news for you.
He's furious because he always got any sandwich I never finished.
I know.
Here, have the rest of this burger.
All right, Rob knows about the Pump. I'm going to go to that. By the way, everybody's been trying to call you for an hour, but I wanted to get through that. And also, after we take a break, I know you had a lot of people that you wanted to thank, and we'll let you do that too, Fez. Here's Rob. Rob, you know about this place, the Pump?
I do, buddies. First of all, I'd like to say the power of Catholic prayer has healed Fez. So, Fez, come on back. Open arms. And second of all, the Pump's great. I work for a TV show in New York, and the host loves it.
What show?
Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
And Conan eats there every day?
He loves it.
And he's in perfect shape.
Yeah, you couldn't find anyone thinner.
He's great. And they've got this thing called the Hercules plate. It's delicious. I've tried it myself. It's brown rice.
Hercules.
Brown rice, grilled chicken. They got like a tomato sauce on top. Perfectly healthy, all free range, no preservatives. It's perfect for you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, the
Guys, buddies, goodbye. God bless.
See you later.
Thanks, Rob.
I want to put you on the Conan O'Brien. The Conan O'Brien lunch at the Pump.
He may be thin, but he doesn't look exactly healthy.
Neither do you, my friend. Neither do you. You're not going to get back to being healthy. But what we want to do is stable you. We want to stabilize you.
I want to just get as many years as I can left out of this old heart of mine. To be struck down in my mid-20s like this, they said it was really unusual. Usually doesn't happen.
I'm not saying anything. You know why?
Why?
I'm not going to make it worse for you. All right, here's this Pump. It's very reasonably priced. grilled lemon chicken sandwich, a turkey burger sandwich, baked tofu.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the point of where I can deal with veggie burgers.
All right, can you have bread at all?
Yeah, it's, I'm supposed to like the whole grain breads.
All right, this is
are
perfect.
okay.
This is perfect. This guy was right with the pump. The pump, energy food. Why is there, if it's so good, why is this menu so dirty, though? Looks like someone shat out this menu.
Yeah, make sure the countertops are clean and everything when you go in, Harry. I'm sure they are.
I know. Everything has got to be clean around Fez, too, because any disease could bring him down. Big falafel. This stuff is only $6-7, Fez.
Nice. There's something for Harry on the menu, too.
We're going to be eating cheaper than we do now. Not as good, but cheaper. All right, so this is good. Look at this. Nice egg delight sandwich. 5 egg whites, baked with onions.
I have had egg beaters since the heart attack.
How they taste?
Yeah, they're not like real eggs.
What about a 7-grain pancake delight?
That sounds interesting.
Of course, you're not getting any syrup with it.
Right, yeah. It's going to be like chewing on a bale of hay.
So you get the pump omelet. You get all good stuff here.
All right, that sounds
And
like all the stuff I can do.
Healthy pizza, nice 8-inch pie. This is all going to be good for you.
Yeah. So not only do I have to eat healthier, too, I really have to learn portion control.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for you.
I can't eat all the sugar-free popsicles at one sitting.
So is that the kind of things you're going to have? Sugar-free popsicles?
Oh yeah, I'm stocked up since Mother was here.
Yeah.
Sugar-free popsicles. I've got no sugar Jello, already made for me in individual cups. Yeah, it's basically like a hospital cafeteria in my kitchen.
Now, Fezzy, everybody should have somebody that they could talk to who's been through a heart attack.
Right.
I got you a mentor. He's with you right now.
Oh, nice. I could use this.
Hi, you're on with Ron Fez.
Hi, Fezzy.
It's Elfish.
Oh, hi, Elfish.
You want me to get you a couple of orders from the 29 Diner and mail them up to you?
Oh, man, I would.
I really, really do want you to, but I can't anymore.
Actually, you should call your heart attack the 29 Diner.
I live there enough.
Elfish, did you have a heart attack or?
Yeah. It's basically the same thing Fezzy had.
Yeah.
I thought yours just started dying off.
Well,
That's his toes.
Your heart just started rotting.
You should. I stick to a strict diet of like Jack Daniels.
Yeah, he does. He drinks every day and a lot. Now, do you also have the diabetes, Elfish?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you still drink booze, though?
Yeah.
What kind?
Jack Daniels or vodka, either one.
All right, and you'll drink how much a day?
A quart, maybe a little more.
All right, so you're killing yourself, right? Fez,
Well,
why are you worried if Elfish is still alive?
Because he looks like he's 80.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, how are you still alive? Do you ever ask the doctor, why am I still alive? Have you asked if there's a possibility that you're just a zombie at this point?
I haven't figured it out. And, they always ask you when you go to when I went to the heart doctor for the first time, he was like, do you drink? Yeah. And I told him how much, and he just looked at me, and then he looked over at the bitch, and he said, yeah, that's what he drinks. Do you smoke? Yeah, 2 packs a day.
So you didn't stop anything after your heart attack?
I did for a while.
Yeah.
But it was boring as fuck, so I went right back.
Here's the bad thing. With your life, when you do die, Fez, you and I are going to be forced to carry him because he doesn't have any friends.
That's correct.
You've got just me and Fez, only 2 pallbearers, and we're going to have to put him in a trash can because it's there's no way 2 of us are going to be able to carry a coffin.
That has the two handles that we'll need.
Well, Perry might give you a hand.
Oh, jeez.
You're going to have to wait at least 6 weeks to die because I can't do any heavy lifting till then.
I'll just put him in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Or get a U-Haul. I'll just get a U-Haul.
Throw me in the Hudson River.
All right, Elfish. So you're going to be there for Fez to kind of coach him and get him through this?
Yeah, I'm going to help him out. I'll send him some miniatures up there, and like I said, a couple of cheeseburgers from 29.
Smoke up, Fezzy.
All right, let's take a break here, Fezzy, and we'll come back and we'll let you do some of the thank yous. Fezzy, back from his heart attack, feeling like 80%, you said.
80% is about where I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, I do have some thank yous to make, and also, I'd just like to share with you part of my cardio audio diary that I've been keeping since this began, since my ordeal.
That's good. And maybe this will get you in a good mood again. The Philadelphia Eagles bombing out without the TL, so we'll do 1,000 things to hate about Philadelphia.
Nice.
All right, it's the Ron Fez show. Fezzy's back, and we're going to be pumping. Pump Fezzy stands for your heart. This is good heart food for you.
That's what I need. A whole makeover on the inside.
You know what? And me and Earl are with you the whole way. Harry, I can't speak for. Me and Earl are going to find out how to make you feel better, and we're going to suffer this hideous diet with you.
Oh, Harry's going to be the kid here at this new fat camp that's smuggling Twinkies in the office. We're going to find his secret stash when the ants lead us there.
I hope he makes that wiki call and just ask him what he's doing there. All right, Fez, a lot of people you said you wanted to say thank you for lifting your spirits after the big man went down. Fez Whatley, back from a heart attack. 2 weeks, I believe faster than Mike Ditka. Faster than Mike Ditka, he came back.
Now, just a lot of nice gifts, a lot of nice thank yous, a lot of nice phone calls. Hugh Panero from XM gave me a call, and it was the sweetest, nicest thing you could possibly say. He was telling me how important I was to the XM family.
Really?
I got Mr. Panero's cell phone number to call him again if I need him.
Yeah.
To call him back anytime.
Tell him about your partner. Tell him your partner's running some big ideas, too.
So that was very, very nice.
Well, that is very nice.
Elo, I got a call from Elo.
No, was this when he was on the Trump show?
Oh, no, it wasn't during The Apprentice, because he was very busy then. Although I did watch that from my sickbed and enjoyed it tremendously.
See, the thing is, it could have been worse. Instead of, you could have been in that show instead of what you were going through.
So, Elo, thank you very much for having your secretary call and check on me. That was nice of you. Don Wiki Wicklin.
Yeah.
Who's just been a saint through the whole thing.
Wiki, actually the first person I called, Fez, offered to hop on a plane and come sit with you.
Yeah.
Nobody's been nicer than Wiki.
So I've had really nice conversations with Don Wicklin. Very, very nice. Got O&A. Have to thank O&A.
Yes, they've been terrific.
Anthony, really, really great. Opie, I think he's doing it more out of guilt. But still, I appreciate the effort.
Opie checked in every single day.
So just really nice. It's nice to have people check on you.
It is nice, isn't it?
I know now if something happens and I drop dead, it won't be that long before they find the body.
You know what it's going to be? And I even thought about this. It's going to be one kick-ass funeral, my friend. It's going to be like Earth 2 Elfish. It's...
You'll have to turn away pallbearers at mine.
You know, some of the people checked in, some of the XM people, and I heard from Wynton Marsalis, he offered, if you died, to give you a jazz funeral, which I was really excited about.
You know how bad I want a jazz funeral.
Right down 125th Street with me and Earl.
As they march past Amy Ruth's Soul Food.
Thank you, Amy.
The corporate, the scene of the crime.
So I won't be eating that anymore. Let me know what days that you're going to be sick so we can eat good.
This was nice. I got a nice plant from Infinity Corporate.
Really?
Yeah, the boys in New York City at 1515 Broadway.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Sent me a nice plant.
Yeah.
Let's see. From Real Radio in Orlando, Monsters of the Morning.
Good boys, good guys all the way around.
Sending best wishes and a shout-out.
Love those kids.
Also from Real Radio, The Hideout. El Jefe and J-Dubs, who I missed. I never even saw them when they were in New York.
Odd thing here, J-Dubs killed El Jefe. A little hesitant. Little one-word answers, yeah. So afterwards, Wiki's like, I thought you told me these guys were great. I go, they are. They just, you caught them when they were a little nervous.
So the chatty Mexican El Jefe that you can never shut up freezes on the air.
Well, he was nervous about being in New York, and I guess he was nervous about being on the Bird.
What a maniac. What a choke artist.
But wishes you all the best.
Yeah, I guess that was nice.
Yeah.
Jeremy Coleman.
Yeah.
Sent me a really nice arrangement.
From Sirius Radio. Nice man.
Yeah.
Good friend of ours.
All kinds of exotic flowers and stuff.
Really?
in a nice bouquet. It was really cool looking.
Nice.
Yeah, one little plant looked like a hand grenade with spikes on it. It was really weird plants.
Make sure that's not.
It was very cool. Alan Line won.
From, where's he at now? K-Rock? Yeah.
K-Rock sent his best. I appreciated that. Julie Folman at WJFK.
Nice person. Nice lady.
Yep, sent me her best. Michael Hughes from Infinity DC.
And all had nice things to say to you.
Everyone had really nice things, all hoping, to get well soon and back on my feet.
And you always think that you're hated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just odd.
No.
It's like, oh, maybe I owe them money or something. Why
No.
am I getting this email?
No, it's just nice stuff being said.
Yeah, I got well wishes sent to me from the Love Sponge. Love from the Love Sponge, Bubba.
From Bubba.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And his producer, Brent.
Oh, that's very nice.
Wishing me well. Fisher on 97X in Tampa Bay.
Oh, formerly College Boy.
Yeah, we knew him as College Boy in Daytona Beach. He sent his best to me.
Nice stuff.
Just people all from my past sending me nice things.
The radio stars aligning, Fez.
I tell you what, Ross Reback.
Our former agent, a good friend.
Yeah, very good friend, sent me well wishes. That was nice.
What about our current agent?
I still have not heard from our current agent, Bob Eatman. Yeah.
That's odd.
The guilt must be weighing heavy on those tiny shoulders.
Well, he's going to swing in and do something good for you.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
It would have to be something really good now at this point.
Yeah.
Because now it's just awkward.
I see.
The Sports Chicks.
Oh, yeah, they came in. Did a wonderful job. A little trouble with some of the phone calls. But other than that, they did a wonderful job. We should call them. I think they're on the same time as us. We'll check in with them today, Earl.
Yeah, they're on 1010 The Buzz in Tampa Bay.
That was awkward because, basically they're your friends.
Oh, yeah.
They were in here with me, and then I had to keep talking them from leaving because the callers had kind of Ramoned it up on them a little bit.
Well, they were trying to return the favor because anytime I'm in Florida on vacation, I go and do their show.
Right.
So they were trying to return the favor, and it just really backfired in their Botox faces.
202, a lot of the listeners have an anti-woman on the radio thing. I don't know where they got it from, Norton. I don't know why they won't stop it, Anthony. But they take the fact that women shouldn't be on the radio, and they Ramoned these poor ladies. These poor ladies were Ramoned. And I had no idea. I thought I was going to nice calls every time. I was just as shocked as anyone.
That was really the best medicine for me, hearing those Ramon calls and Lynn Austin trying to just walk out of here.
She's just bouncing her big titties out the door. She was so angry. And I would talk her all the way back, get her set down, and I would go, let's take a call. And then she would get pissed, and it would all start again.
Oh, DCRTV Dave.
Great guy, always big Fez Whatley fan. That one was nice because he wrote it up as this: heart attack fells Fez Whatley. So that made it kind of seem like you were Roosevelt or something.
Yeah, that was an old school headline that I really enjoyed. I always thought fells meant died. Got killed by a heart attack.
No, it just felled you.
Oh, because I fell. I did do that. It did take me down. Don and Mike being very nice, dedicating shows to me and stuff.
They dedicated the show to you and made the word of the day angioplasty, which was very nice. I heard that from a few people.
Let's see, some other people. Dr. Steve, the gentleman doctor from Tennessee.
Sent you some nice presents.
Real nice presents. I used his Amazon.com gift certificate that he sent me.
What did you get?
I got some wrestling DVDs and the Dusty Rhodes autobiography.
That's very nice. I just hate the fact you stole Dr. Steve from me. And I'm cigarless.
He's now my doctor whenever I'm in Tennessee.
He actually also said you could call him at any time and check in, too.
Oh, he'll be getting phone calls at 3 a.m. He offers that. Because I feel a twinge. I figure the heart's going again. Stalker Patty sent some nice dietetic chocolates and coloring books, I believe.
Can you eat them at all?
I'm not even going to try.
It seems like it would just drop your ass.
Yeah, right. I'm not even going to experiment with that. Crazy Jen, I think, was supposed to send something. I don't think I ever got it.
Doesn't matter.
But she sent her regards. And, of course, ronfez.net.
Oh, yeah, they wrote up a nice appreciation thing for you. And they're going to have a Christmas party in a few weeks, since we missed their last gathering.
Oh, yeah.
So I said we try to make that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's all you can drink for $25, and maybe you're ready to start drinking $25 worth.
And the nice fluffernutter picture on the front of ronfez.net of me convalescing.
Yeah, very nice.
Also, the Whack Baggers.
Yeah, they had a nice appreciation thread.
Yep, also talkradiofans.com. Really nice stuff.
Why don't you go there and start looking at the listening threads? They would love for you to do it.
I think now maybe I can.
Yeah.
The Post Tours, posttours.net.
Yeah.
They said nice things.
Oh, that's very nice. See, people like you.
And finally, opieandanthony.net. All nice people. Thank you so much. And just the tons of emails.
Yeah.
That got sent to Ron and Fez at AOL.com.
It really was. I don't know you haven't even gone through them all yet, Fezzy.
Oh, I know. There's just like so many. I've not clicked and read all of them. But I am reading every single one. It's really nice.
Are you? You're reading them all?
Totally.
Because I deleted every one that said die, fag, die. I thought, when I said you don't need to read that.
There's some that I get that are like Dear Fatty Pneumonia.
Right.
And I just try to take that with a chuckle. Dear Sugar Pants, I think, was one of them.
And just ignore any of the ones that say Ron struggled without you or the show blows without you. Because that's not necessary. Why, if you're praising one, do you hurt the other? That's bad parenting.
Well, it doesn't make me feel any better.
Yeah, right, because then you feel like you left me wounded.
Exactly.
Or you left me with Harry and Earl. Earl, by the way, you forgot to thank Earl, who dedicated his Black Rock show to you.
Ah, I didn't get to catch the BRC show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to send it out to my boy Fezzy.
Earl, how's the feedback been on that?
Overwhelmingly positive. I'm blown away by the response, and I tried to answer everyone as quickly as I could. I mean, the outpouring of support was.
Are you doing any more?
That's up to the powers that be, quite honestly.
Well, right now we got you Panera's cell phone number, so
yeah,
we're going to skip over Wiki, skip over Elo, and take everything straight to the top now.
I mean, I won't do anything without your blessing, though. My
Earl,
heart is to the show.
Earl, you could do it 5 days a week and forget about us. We'd be 100% behind you.
No, I couldn't forget you.
I'm in favor. If you want today to be your last show, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're the only reason why I'm here, and I'm here for you guys.
That's very nice.
Earl actually even rode in on the subway with me today to make sure I was okay. That was nice of him.
Why are you bringing boxes in here during the show?
It's just even more stuff that just arrived now. Stuff is still coming in for Fez.
Why are you talking like that? Who's it from?
Oh, did I die? And
yes.
He's whispering?
If you were a nurse, I want you to talk like that. Look at your little bald spot in the top of your head.
JQ1 sent that. That's what it says there.
Yeah. Why bring it in during the show if you don't know what it is?
Well, it was just something, it just arrived, so I thought it would be a surprise on air.
And do we ever want to be surprised on air?
I guess not.
What happened during the last on-air surprise? Oh, that's right. You had your head shaved and candles dripped on it.
Which caused him a what? Heart attack. When you were gone, Master Poe and I practiced self-defense. Go ahead and open it up and see what JK1 sent. Quietly.
Why couldn't Master Poe protect me from this heart attack?
You know what? That is a good point. It should have been up to him to protect you at all times. I would bring it up to him, but right now he is crying because of the death of Master Miyagi, his friend.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Miyagi Pat Morita died, age 73.
They finally came up with the cause.
What's that?
Cobra Kai. I guess the Cobra Kai finally got to him.
Boy, that John Kreese, he was going to just, no matter what it took, it didn't matter how many years, he was going to get back at Mr. Miyagi.
Master Poe, come on in. I know.
Who's getting that collection of antique cars?
I think that goes to Daniel-san. Everything that he has goes to Daniel-san now.
Good. He won't have to ride that stupid bike. Stupid bike.
All right, Fez. It's too soon for you to be yelling. Master Poe, one of the things that you will be guarding now will be Fez's health. And if you see him trying to eat any of the stuff you've seen him eat in the past, I want you to kick it out of his hand, no matter what it happens to be.
Just tell me to put it down. I'll do it.
Kick it out of his hand.
What exactly can he eat?
Anything that's bad, he can eat. Anything that's bland and tasteless, let him enjoy. But if it looks like it's sweet, delicious, enjoyable, kick it out of his hand.
No ice cream.
No ice cream.
Are you on a healthy diet, Mr. Poe?
Yes, I am.
All right. So if you see him having a piece of candy, I when you take a Chinese star and throw it right through his wrist to make it stick to the wall.
You can remind me, Fez, you're not supposed to be having candy, and I'll put it down.
Could he train with you even though that he's had his heart attack?
Yes.
Do you have a cardio program?
It's much slower. It's underwater. It's actually underwater.
There's a lot of heart and stroke victims in there sparring.
If you become one of those people who have to jog in the pool, I'll never stop being embarrassed.
And help FDR, he could stand again after that.
All right, it's the Ron Fez show. Fezzy, nice fun day to have you back. How you feeling overall?
I'm a little winded at this point. I'm a little tired out.
Was it from some of the rape talk?
That actually helped.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Penthouse Pet of the Year, Jamie Lynn, was into your discipline or not.
Jamie has invited us to the party, too, if you'd like to go, Fez.
Sweet.
Hot chicks. I'm sure you'll love it, and it'll get you right back to normal.
Just what my heart needs. Back in the hospital.
Harry, take this into Earl. It's the hotline for the sports chicks. That's the Ramon calls from last week to Fez's friends. I thought we'd give them a call, give you the opportunity to say hi to your friends.
Yeah, that'll be nice because, I had the heart attack on Thursday.
Right.
And I was supposed to meet up with them Sunday, and then they came in and did the show, I guess, Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember which.
Right. Monday.
Tuesday. Yeah. And Lynn, I had already had the heart attack. Lynn left one of the nastiest messages on my cell phone.
Really?
Of not showing up at Hooters to meet them to watch the Buccaneers play.
Right.
So so it's always nice when someone finds out that, I yelled at him after he had a heart attack.
I know. Let him get out there and
I love those moments.
Just hang themselves.
They're what I'm living for now.
Harry, would you make that call, please, instead of everybody trying to follow Jamie Lynn out the door? We appreciate it. No, not one of them.
No, because Bill, the intern, walked in with the food, so someone saw a sandwich and everyone scattered.
Not one person in that room. We're telling you guys to make that phone call. Who did I just give the number to?
You gave it to Harry.
Harry, why would you walk away?
Where's my nitro pills?
I told you that their show is over at 1. No, don't come in and waste time. Make the fucking phone call. Thank you.
Is it me? Is it the medicine I'm on? Or is he just wandering in circles?
This happens every day, but now, Fezzy, you're seeing it through unsugared eyes. And it's coming to you in a way that you can't imagine.
I do have to bring up something about my eyesight later on after we talk to the sports chicks.
Let's go ahead and say it now because it's difficult for those guys to make a phone call.
It's very bizarre. Since I started getting treated for my diabetes and I had the angioplasty, I don't need my glasses anymore. And I'd love to know why. I used to be nearsighted. I couldn't see things far away.
Yeah.
Now, I can see things far away like I never had glasses before.
All right, how many fingers am I holding up?
One middle one.
All right.
And you're fairly close to me, so it really wasn't that much of a test.
So this is a miracle.
Yes.
This sugar diabetes thing is a miracle. All right, we have the girls on. Who's on? BL?
I didn't know what to do.
All right.
I didn't know
So
what
we're not
was
on their
going
air yet.
Goodbye.
We're listening to the sports
See, when
chicks.
it's both of your first times, I think that you're kind of like, I don't know.
Oh, they're going
I don't know
doing
what we're
first
doing.
times
You
for
know,
a
you
woman
don't
again.
know.
Yeah. I guess Norton's right.
Who's on? Hello, you're on live. Who's this?
Ramon!
You know what?
What?
This is Ron and Fez. What are you pigs doing?
What are you doing, bitchy?
Fez, did you really have a heart attack?
No, I faked it and had my groin shaved and catheterized for the fun of it.
That sounds like a good time. You know,
You dumb blonde.
we go up to New York and we go to Scores. It's a Sunday night, and Heather and I are sitting there just enjoying a nice
Being
dance.
ignored by the guys. Yeah, like usual. Then what?
I even had money out. They wouldn't even dance
Oh,
for me.
it was Granny Night at Scores. Why didn't you tell me?
So Bennington...
What did you dance to? The Charleston? This is everything I miss getting to do.
She's a flapper.
She comes out, takes off her raccoon skin coat, and everyone puts a Confederate bill in her garter belt.
What was it?
Girder belt.
Oh, yeah, that's just the heart attack talking.
You know, know what, Fezzy? For someone who just went down from an ailment, you certainly are cocky, and that's not the first time you went down, you flamer.
All right, so you're doing gay jokes to a man who's back from a heart attack?
I just had a heart procedure.
Yeah.
My God. So let me tell you this, Fezzy. Just kidding. I get a hold of Bennington's cell phone number, and you know that that's not possible.
I know, because I was furious about that.
I'd like to get it now that I'm a heart patient.
So I'm screaming, doing my self-BL, yelling out the stuff I always do, and Ronnie's just sitting there so quiet, and he can't get a word in edgewise, as usual. Always. And so he's like, BL, when you shut up, I'll tell you why I'm calling you. And then he announces that you have a heart attack.
And then Fez had said that during his heart attack, Lynn had left a cruel message at his house.
Yeah, because when I had the heart attack on Thursday, I gave my cell phone to Ronnie so he could call my family and check in with him. He'd have all the numbers.
Right.
So when I got it back, I'm listening to the messages. There's Lynn on Sunday just calling me every name in the book for not showing up at Hooters to watch football. And have shove one more wing in my artery.
Okay, all I ever hear is how Benny and Fez, you guys watch all the games to make you feel like you're in Tampa.
No one ever says to make us feel like we're in Tampa.
Yeah, so you watch at the Hooters at 56 and 6th or whatever.
56 and Broadway.
First of all, we watch there because it's New York location and Tampa prices. It's still the only $4 hamburger in New York.
I heard that. So what are you two doing? How are my mentors doing? And how are my prodigies?
Well,
that doesn't help my heart any.
We wanted to call and see if you guys were okay because I know the XM callers were a little rough on you.
You know what? We went in the studio. We got to see where you guys do your show and everything.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and it was scary because it was like our first time.
Right.
It really was.
Every studio you've been in has been on wheels.
It was like my first time, and nobody kissed me afterwards.
Well, there was no GM for me to bang, so that was odd.
And no boardroom either, so she didn't know what to do.
Hey, listen, I've slept my way to the bottom of AM.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going with that.
You must be one bad lay if you have slept your way to where you are in this business.
I'm leaving it up to Heather Young here soon.
Yeah, they're putting me out as chum now.
Well, I did talk to Anthony. He was listening to the show from Opie and Anthony, BL.
Yeah?
And he said, you said something that gnarled him as he was driving. He heard you say the statement that the older the chicken, the better the soup, or some kind of crazy stuff.
Old chicken makes good soup.
And he said he almost wrecked his car. He was so gnarled out.
Well, that's Lynn Austin's line.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
And she's the one that at 44, the queen MILF around here.
The queen milk?
No.
Oh, MILF.
Oh.
I thought you said milk.
That too.
Got milk?
Yeah, she
Got
does.
MILF?
Well, do you tell you give Anthony a big shout out for us? He obviously was too breezy out the door that day to say hello.
Well, no, he was kind of weirded out by you guys, so.
Oh.
BL, he saw you and then asked Ronnie, are you having Ruth Buzzy on to co-host?
Oh, that's nice.
He asked me how you were in your prime, and I said exactly the same as today, unfortunately.
Oh, there wasn't a Civil War soldier that didn't turn their head.
You know what, though? Me and Bennington never slept together.
Oh, yeah. You know why? I can't get wood. Not with that. Not with that, I can't.
That is a list containing one name.
And
Come on, Benny.
I found it to be much too dry. And that's just...
Oh, now come on. It's a boy show. Why do I feel like I'm in this nightmare all over again?
Ramon, get me the duster.
You know what? If I ever hear that Ramon word again...
Yeah. Well, then they were, calling the whackback guys names and going, what do we care? We'll go back to Florida. And I'm like, they will chase you down there.
Yeah, you don't want to pick a fight.
Yeah.
But, well, enough about you, Bennington. How's Fez's heart?
It's better, thank you.
You're helping him.
Seriously. Benny, can you guys give me a reading? The listeners are all sitting here with bated breath if Fezzy's okay.
Fez is right here.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah. I know, but is it due to diabetes? What's it due to?
One doctor told me that the heart attack was due to high blood pressure. He said it was completely high blood pressure. Another one said it was completely diabetic related.
Okay.
And another one was saying it's hanging around with an old skank.
And we don't do readings. We're not psychics.
You got us confused with Gary Spivey.
Where is Gary Spivey now?
I heard he's in L.A. You know what, Earl? We should book him on the show. He's an old psychic friend. Why, Earl is a Christian boy, so he's afraid of psychics.
Here's what'll happen if we book Gary Spivey. He will say, I've been trying to contact you. I knew you were going to have a heart attack.
Well, yeah, definitely book him on the show. He needs a little bit of that action.
I see something wrong with the chest area. Does that make any sense?
Does it make sense that something would be wrong with maybe your heart or an artery or a heart?
Some kind of an attack for you.
One of your hearts.
All right, what time are you ladies off the show? We don't want to take you up too long.
Well, we're actually done in 1 minute.
Oh, okay. So let us just listen to see the way you wrap up your show. Just pretend we're not even here.
Well, as the prodigies and my brainstormians that made me what I am today in radio.
Oh, God.
God, I hate you both. Love you, though.
Yeah.
Benny.
Their phone went out?
Did you hear it beeping like
Yeah.
the power was running out?
I thought for sure it was your heart. I had no idea. I go, this is where Fez dies.
The two of them, Ralph and Alf, should have run up the pole to make sure it was still working.
My prodigies. Fez, we opened up that present for you. You got some kind of a nice yoga kit from Jenny Q.
Yeah, Jenny Q sent me a nice card, nice letter, and...
Did she say something nice in there?
Oh, yeah, really nice.
What did she say?
Well, it's actually really long.
Anything bad about the president? Oh, my God, it's pages.
Yeah. So I just read kind of through it. And, yeah, it's the Yoga Essentials Kit and then an AM and PM Yoga DVD for beginners.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that I'll check into here. I'll definitely give this a try. I don't know how soon I'm allowed to do yoga. I don't know how strenuous it is.
There you go.
Yeah, and I knew it was from her because on the envelope it said Bush lied, people died.
Yeah, well, that's her way of dealing. All right, the sport chicks have called back. Hey, ladies.
Hey, baby.
Go ahead. We'll let you go.
Hey, what happened?
I don't know. I think it was on your side.
We heard a beeping from your end, and then the line went dead.
We're so freaking... I don't know what...
AM.
Are you off the air now?
Yeah, I'm off there.
Yeah, you don't have to say frickin' anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, where are you guys at?
We're in our same studio that you're in that day.
Oh, have all the Ramones calls started yet?
No one's going to do that to you.
You know what? Nice debut on XM.
I know. How did that go over for you? Was it bad?
Oh, I had a lot of bad calls. I had actually my father-in-law was listening in Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah, what did he say?
Not impressed when I got called the C word over and over.
Yeah, so he was upset with the XM callers?
Well, here's the thing. I had no idea that all you Opie and Antheans are all like, you're almost like Branch Davidians.
In what way?
I don't know. I've never seen so many loyal people to the guys they love.
Yeah.
I mean, the loyalty runs deep. And
So you've never had a loyal listener?
Please, honey.
What's it like to have a fan?
So you actually took it in a bad way. It wasn't fun. It wasn't nice.
Oh, we got backdoored.
Yeah. What did that mean? I don't understand. I don't know when you're joking and when you're not. So they came on the air, Fezzy.
Oh.
And you know a lot of the whackbaggers have been kind of trained, I don't know how, Norton, to think that women don't belong on the radio.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then I guess you guys did. I know Lynn got her feelings hurt, but I didn't think you did.
Oh, well, I cried all the way down Fifth Avenue.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I hope the Opie and Anthony people are, and it sucks because I've always admired them.
Yeah.
And I've really been a big fan of theirs through the years, and I've watched their, the history of them. I've never really heard their callers because I was never in a market where I could hear their show at the time.
So you just read about them and thought you liked them.
I always, they reminded me of great radio. Like, wow, it must be great to be able to drive in traffic and be bored and be able to listen to two guys like this, right? And so I get to their stomping ground, and I mean, I was embarrassed beyond,
Would you like a copy of that show to send out as air checks?
Dude. Yeah, for my Prevacid prescription.
So you really got upset, huh?
Oh, God, I cried all the way home.
And what about Lynn?
She could care less. She took her clothes off. She's cocky. She doesn't care. Yeah, she doesn't.
She wrote herself a check. She was so upset.
She said, "BL, you're taking it way too serious. They're Opie and Anthony's guys, and they stick together, and they were just kidding around. Go with the bit."
Yeah, I kind of agree that I think it was kind of a bit. I don't know why you got upset.
I know. Well, I'm a little bit.
Of course, Lynn goes home to a bed made out of money, and this is all you've got.
Because I know a lot of people did like you. I mean, here's somebody now who said, this is Jen. Jen, you were a fan of what the sports chicks did on the air?
Hello?
Yes, Jen.
Ramon!
Oh, jeez.
Get rid of the chick right now.
Oh, jeez.
Ramon!
See, Fez? You happy now?
Is that what happened?
You happy, heart attack, bitch?
Here's David. David, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, morning, guys. Fez,
Hey.
glad you're back.
Thank you, David.
Greetings. Love to be a fan of your show.
Oh, it's nice. Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
A woman who doesn't smell like a fish taco.
See? Why get mad at that, BL? It's
You
just
know what?
fun.
It's like I'm on Fifth Avenue all over again.
Yeah. Well, I don't know
Pretty
how
woman.
it happened. I don't know how it all went that way, and I was upset, too.
That's all right. I feel like Clapton when he wrote Tears in Heaven.
What's that mean? You just think, on your show, no one ever asked you why do you say those things?
On my show, we just had the Outlaws on, okay, from the 70s, Green Grass and Hot Tots Forever.
Now, all the original guys?
Oh, yeah, smoking the big saltwater taffy like the joints we used. No, that we ever did that.
What's she saying?
I think she said the Outlaws were on and getting high on her show.
Were they smoking pot?
No, Benny, back when you, now, not that you condone this,
Right.
but don't you remember rolling the big saltwater taffy and you'd be the guy getting the bag, they'd hand it to you, and it would be the size of Roseanne when you rolled it, and then you would smoke it. You don't get it, or I'm getting Ramon?
Don't understand
No,
it.
I don't know at all. Well, here's one of your people from Florida. Hey, Rob.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, I was down in Florida, in Tampa today.
Yeah.
I heard their show. I thought it was great.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
There's only one good thing you can say about that.
What's that?
Ramon, rope these cunts at the Branch Davidian.
All right. Yeah, I know.
Is that cute for my father-in-law to be listening?
Franz, how's he doing?
My husband's name is Hans, yes.
So his father's Franz?
Yeah.
No.
These are her husband, Hans,
Yeah.
the whitest of the white.
Oh, is that right?
So Nordic, Aryan, whatever you want to call it. It's scary. So white, he's blue.
Oh, so you got a problem with white people now, Fez?
A little bit.
Well, there's always...
I know what side I'm going to be on when the war comes down.
Hey,
White people are so scared of black people.
Go ahead.
Hey, Fezzy.
Yes.
Do me a favor. Don't ever have a heart attack again and make me fill in, okay?
No, first of all, you did not fill in. You were already booked to do that show. Never get it into your goddamn pinhead that you co-hosted.
Okay, stupid.
You stopped by, ordered food, and then took a beating.
I Kelly Rippard with Bennington.
No, you did not.
You were my regent.
If that shows up on a resume, I will sue.
Co-host of the Ron and Fez show on XM Satellite Radio.
Didn't happen.
You know what? I used to be your intern. I took the phones for you people.
You would have had to have been in school at some point during your life to intern.
You banged
Little
our...
House on the Prairie.
What was weird about Billy, he knew the exact month that Lynn was a centerfold.
Really?
He's like one of those fucked up guys that, collects centerfolds from the 80s.
One of those porno savants.
Yeah.
There's certain guys that never let the issue leave the coffee table from their favorite girl.
Well, that isn't coffee.
Yeah.
Mm.
You leave it as a table book forever.
Yeah, sure.
You know
Maybe
what's
on the
my
nightstand.
Yours was a Gutenberg Bible.
Well, glad you're okay.
I'm doing much better, thank you.
Now, when do you guys want me to co-host while you're on vacation?
You're always welcome. I mean, first of all, you're Elo's kid's godmother, right?
Eric Logan has not spoken to me since the big XM thing. His baby's first birthday was Friday, and I called to get his address to send the gift. He's like, here's my address, BL. Gotta go. I'm like, I would never speak to me. I hate my own self.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're more his wife's friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric's not tied to me at all.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, don't tie him up in that kind of white trash. I chase skirting on the weekends after a big storm in Florida.
Yeah, you're like when Randy Quaid shows up in a vacation movie.
I am the Randy Quaid. Yes, I am. Well, I love you both.
All right.
And your callers hate me. They'll never love me.
I think they're starting to warm up to you now. So, but I'm not going to do it because I didn't know that you really cried.
Oh, I cried. They hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
You get called tuna taco. See if you like it.
All right.
Imagine somebody makes a joke about your beanbag. How'd you like that? Hey, you got a smelly old beanbag, Bennington.
I'm not going to walk down the street crying because someone said something about my balls. That day will never happen.
I found Ronnie outside of Saks on Fifth Avenue crying.
Why don't they like me?
What about
Well, you see, now that they know they can make you cry, they might not leave you alone.
I know. See, now it's forever. It's like I've got
Yeah.
the herpes. I keep on giving now.
Right. I don't know what that means, but thank you.
Ezzy, what if your fallopian tube stunk? Would you like to...
You know my womb is barren, Muttley.
It's like Muttley is doing gags. It's so unbelievably uncomfortable.
Well, you know what? I've taken up enough of your lovely satellite time.
All right. Talk to you later.
Will you introduce me to Opie and Anthony?
No, I can't do that.
Do you think they would bang me?
Hi, Anthony. Here's the girl who says old chicken makes good soup. He'll puke
hot.
right on you.
They're hot, though. But you know what, though, real quick as I let you go?
Yeah.
When will you let us go, please?
Let
the
us
one
go.
dude, is it Opie or Anthony that looks like Brooks and Dunn with the feathered hair?
Who the fuck knows?
I would
Feathered
do him.
hair.
I would do him.
But you did Abner Doubleday. It doesn't matter who you would do.
That was her first, but she was the original baseball Annie.
You know what? Lynn almost started crying because she started line dancing in here to some bad country, and I was all gnarled out by it. And she was so furious with me. Just furious. Oh, God, that's uncomfortable.
Oh, they were perfect for the CMAs. That's what they were in town for.
And I tried to tell him, I go, you missed Opie by 20-some years. That's your problem.
Right. These girls come in here, they look like the Gatlin brothers, and they're off to the CMAs.
And by the way, giving out the wrong place that they were going.
Oh, yeah, totally in Madison Square Garden.
Right.
And they're yelling...
Radio City.
They're yelling Radio City. She better have that thing checked. Yeah. She's had a lung collapse before.
Opera Boy has something for you, Fezzy. Hey, Opera Boy, you're on the
Hey,
air.
what's up? How you guys doing today? Welcome back, Fez.
Thank you, Opera Boy.
Thank you. I wanted to come up on Wednesday and sing a little bit for Fezzy in studio. I'm an emerging opera singer.
Uh-huh.
Would you want a little bit of sample right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
It's beautiful. Why don't we, Fez, we'll get a bottle of wine and some cheese, and we'll just sit around and listen to him on Wednesday.
The one tenor.
Absolutely. I'll serenade Fezzy, make his heart feel a little bit better.
All right, you're coming in on Wednesday. You'll be the bumper music all day for us on Wednesday. It'll just be you singing opera.
Opera bumper music.
All right, hold on. Earl's going to talk to you.
Something about that opera. I can't understand a word they say.
Master Poe, if he tries to get in, I want you to kick him in the jaw.
Right in the larynx. That'll stop that career.
By the way, Fez, just so you know this, since your heart attack,
yeah.
Do you know how many people have asked me if you saw the light?
Really?
Over and over.
No one's asked me yet.
And I guess they would be embarrassed. But I go, he didn't die and come back.
Yeah.
He never lost consciousness. Why would he see a light?
I was awake through the whole thing. Even the procedure.
All right, this sent to me on Ron Fez at AOL.com. You're going on, Ron, how much you want to see a miracle with poor Fezzy sitting right next to you, living and breathing, and at 80%. The interesting thing about Fezzy is if this was 1978, he'd probably be dead.
Yeah, the cardiologist I saw in Florida,
yeah,
he was going through everything. High cholesterol, yes. Diabetes, yes. High blood pressure, yes. He goes, do you smoke? And I said, no, I've never smoked. And I said, I was talking about maybe I should have.
Yeah.
I wasted my youth or something like that.
Doing a little gag for him?
Yeah, just
doing a little
joking
joke?
around.
Something you stole from Anthony.
Yes, exactly.
That he gave you.
Anthony told me, so
Yeah.
I passed it along.
You never said, hey, my friend Anthony had a funny joke. You just, you're down there riffing. And just like Robin Williams, steal a gag for yourself.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't in the emergency room yet. So he told me, he goes, if you threw smoking on top of this, all this other stuff, yeah, this would have killed you.
Yeah, is that right?
So I had one thing in the win column.
Yeah, well.
Just one.
You weren't much for inhaling. Shane, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, Miss Fez.
Miss Fez, too, man.
I'm back.
I mean, you at your peak when you were funny.
Hey,
80%.
You like the way people were saying Miss Fez, though? It was
I
really
love
sweet.
that.
Yeah, it was really sweet. I missed that part of it. I could never make it in the religion world. I'd end up screaming at the flock. I would never stop screaming at the flock.
Just on Sunday, yelling at people to get the hell out of here.
Now, the Fez thing, it's a miracle of modern science, but it's not a religious miracle that he's back after 2 weeks.
My heart cried blood.
No, it'll be a miracle if you start using that yoga tape and mat that you got from Jenny Q.
That I'm gonna watch the DVD first.
I see. You don't watch the DVD; you go along with it.
So I want to see exactly what's involved in this, because toe touching is still a little out of the question. My groin's still sore.
Well, you put it in those Gary Glitter type kids, it's going to be sore.
One day I have to show Harry my bruise.
So you never, it's so weird because Brother Joe got the catheter inside. You didn't get that.
No.
You just got the balloon.
Yeah, I got they put a catheter up my groin.
Yeah.
And sent the balloon up that. And then put the stent in, too. Then I had a separate external catheter to piss with.
Why do you have to say piss? Why can't you talk in a medical way and say urinate?
That sounds
so bad?
ridiculous.
Yeah. Is this really the end of the show?
Yeah.
This is zoom by. Want to do another hour? You up to it, Fez, or 3?
No, I think I'll baby step it.
You know what? If we flip over, we can't just do 1 hour. We got to do another 4-hour block. Let's do it. Let's test the heart.
I have a 4-hour block in my artery.
Let's take it out for a run, move it around a couple of times, and see how you're doing.
Just baby stepping.
Yeah.
First show back.
How you feeling, though?
70%.
You dropped 10% during the show?
Yeah.
All right, that's it for us, gang. We'll see you guys tomorrow right after O&A. Are they back tomorrow, or are they doing another day in D.C.?
I believe they're still in D.C. tomorrow.
Okay. So we'll see you guys tomorrow right after O&A. Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Miss Fez.
Back.
Miss Fez.
Here.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM202.